everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on all types of topics related to narcissism. So if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. I would really appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. It's a free way you can help me out, and definitely don't forget to leave a comment because I like to read what you have to say. None of us signed up for this. Not one person listening signed up to be abused by a narcissist. I bet the majority of you had no idea what narcissism even was. What the heck is a personality disorder? When I found out that there were other people who were dealing with this, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I really believed I was all alone. That's actually part of the reason I began this channel. I needed to tell other people that they aren't alone, not even close. What's happened to those of us who were or are involved with narcissists is a catastrophe, a complete devastation, a calamity. It's abuse straight up. I could go on and on discussing the horror in minute detail, and I do that in other videos, not today's. Today's video is about you, about those of us who do not have a personality disorder, about what we're going to do. So many of us have the equivalent of a PhD in narcissistic personality disorder. We study and learn and sometimes obsess over it. We pick apart articles and compare our narcissist to what we read. Oh, my narcissist is mainly covert with a splash of overt. And of course, naturally, he comes fully loaded with a host of comorbid conditions. Oh, he's a special one, all right. How many of us are guilty of searching for hope in everything we come across? I've recently given up the search for changed narcissist. So is NPD a hobby we all share? Maybe we're a bunch of masochists who get off on pain. Either way, the focus is still very much on the lying sack of you-know-what, our narcissist. Let's talk about us today, completely separate from our narcissist. I'm going to share with you some valuable information that helped to push me to the other side of the pain. I know a lot of you are in pain right now, and I want you to know up front you will love what's on the other side of that pain. Your promise is on the other side of your pain. Glory is waiting when you push through. When I first began learning about narcissism, I had an objective. I wanted to cure my ex, fix him, make him really be the person he used to pretend to be. When I would hear a video or read an article about narcissism that even hinted that leaving the narcissist was a good idea, I got very upset. Where are the happily ever after stories? My husband used to be a narcissist, now he's a knight in shining armor. How come everything I read is doom and gloom? I didn't want to leave my marriage. I wanted my ex to leave his narcissism. This was new to me and I didn't get it. I didn't get that my ex couldn't leave his narcissism. It was him. It was his identity completely. It was who he was. I learned the hard way that narcissism doesn't go away. Now, for those of you that are going to say that narcissists can change, it can go away, the reason I don't believe that I guess I should say I believe it's technically possible. Yes, of course. But the reality for a narcissist to truly change, to truly be able to look at themselves, they would have to see the negative parts of themselves. They would have to see the things that they did that hurt other people. And when we talk about a narcissist, we're talking about true evil. Now, my personal belief with narcissism is that it's spiritual warfare. I believe when you are looking at a narcissist, when you're with a narcissist, you are with true evil. And I say that because I know what goodness is. You know, I can't tell you something's evil if I don't know what is good, and vice versa. When I think about a spouse, so this is somebody that is supposed to love, cherish, honor you, all the days of your life, everyone knows the whole spiel. Here's somebody that actively wants you to be hurt. They're plotting your downfall. They're manipulating you, lying to you, cheating on you, betraying you in every way. These are monsters that steal from their own children. There is nothing that they won't do. They are selfish to a degree that is sickening. So my belief is that they're evil. So for you, for me, for us, for all of us who have been in the situation with these things, these beings, in order for us to heal, in order for us to live the life that we always should have lived, there are certain things that we need to do. I'll tell you, but I want to encourage you that all of us can get through this. I make videos about things that are really happening to me. And, I'm getting through it. And I want to talk a little bit about things on the other side. When I was with my ex, I was one of these people that did not believe I was ever going to get free. I didn't think I was. I really believed I was trapped for several reasons, mainly financial. I believed, my ex, I was a stay-at-home wife. My ex, he had me at home, and I wanted to be at home. I'm not trying to say I didn't, I did, but I had no idea what was going to happen, or I never would have agreed to it. So here I was, and I didn't have a career. I'd given up my career, so I had no money, and my ex had put us in a terrible financial situation. I didn't have money to have a separate household. I didn't know how I was going to kick him out. I couldn't get the only way I could kick him out was by getting a restraining order, but he wasn't physically abusing me, so I couldn't get a restraining order. So it was just a horrible situation. I felt incredibly stuck, like I was never going to get out. Like the only way I could get out would be to have my ex die. That's how it was. It was horrible. And the thought of leaving my ex, I couldn't even think about that. I was, I'd been married for almost 20 years. I had given like my adulthood to this person. To just leave when I had nothing. I mean, it was a horrifying experience. It was a horrible thing to think about. I never thought I was going to get out. It's a miracle that I'm out, that I got out. And I have to tell you, this is painful for people to get. It's like some people I know, I understand. And it's okay if you're not ready yet. It's just something that you're going to hear anyways, and consider it because you hear it from so many sources. I'm not happy to tell you this news. You can't be with the narcissist anymore. There has to be a break. I don't know how it would be possible for somebody to heal, to thrive, to have a good life if they were still with an abuser. It doesn't make any sense. So you need to get to the point where you can let this person go, where you can move on. And if you feel like me and you think, well, I can't, because I would hear about other people that got out, that got away, and I would always think, okay, well, this person has something more than me, whether they have more money, more friends, more family, more support, more something. And I thought that was just never going to be me. Never give up hope on yourself. Never give up hope. If this happened to me, it can happen to any of you. Stay strong. Look at narcissism as a spiritual warfare. That really helped me. I saw God in so many things, but it was weird because I felt almost like God wanted me to fight this. I know I wasn't really on my own, but I felt like God wanted me to fight this sort of on my own, because it's in retrospect that I look back and I see God. Oh, I see God was working here, was working there. But at the time I felt alone. But I think that's part of what we need when we heal from narcissism. Maybe not for everybody, but for me, having that alone time, just me and God, was really important. And it gave me my life back. So leaving the narcissist, not being with the narcissist, is really going to want to be the first thing. And accepting that it's spiritual warfare. I don't believe a human can get out of spiritual warfare by themselves. I think when you're dealing with narcissism, you need God to help you. Whoever your God is, you need God to help you, because you're in this situation that's beyond your control. It's a spiritual issue. So accepting that, realizing, relying on God in a way that you never have, it's kind of weird. And this is so godlike in a way. He, in your worst problems, he gives you your greatest joy. For me, being with a narcissist was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me. Being free in my own skin, being an authentic me, is one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And that was born because of what I experienced. So don't forget that there can be good in the bad. I want to talk a little bit about some other pieces of advice that I've been given that really have helped me. And I hope that they help you too. You only have one life, and you can always do more than you believe you can. All of us, we feel like we're so limited, but when it comes down to it, when you have to have something, you get it. When you want something, you don't always get it. You only have this one life. If you put your whole heart and soul into trying to heal, working on healing, you'll get to a point where you won't be afraid of pain anymore. And at that point, once you're feeling the pain, you just got to ride that pain out, and you'll be done. You'll be there. You'll be at a place where you're good, where you can live your life and you can be authentic. So don't settle until you get it. Horrible things happen to good people. It happens all the time. But that doesn't mean that God's not there, and it doesn't mean that we still can't be grateful. Gratitude changes everything. I started a gratitude journal over a year ago. And when I first started it, I decided that what I was going to do is, and I thought I was going to only be able to do this for a few days, I would write down 5 things that I was grateful for. Then the next day, I'd have to write down another 5 things. But when I was doing it, I told myself, okay, you can't repeat anything. So I couldn't say like every day I was grateful for my kids. It had to be 5 new things. So I figured, all right, this is going to take, a couple of days. And once I get 20, 25 things, what else can I really write down? Do you know, I still do this every single day and I've never repeated myself. When you start looking around for things that you're grateful for, when you start really thinking about it, you will be astounded with all the blessings in your life. It really takes a lot of self-analysis, but the person that you can be at the end of it, it's so worth it. Changing the way that you think is going to save your life. Codependence, you cannot be codependent and live a good, authentic life. Battling codependence, battling the narcissist, these are difficult things. But the reality is that once you do it, if you stay focused and you keep pushing forward day by day, it will happen and you will be the happiest that you've ever been in your entire life. So be grateful even when you don't feel good. Only you can decide to kill your dreams. Your survival rate so far, surviving bad days, is 100%. We've never failed. You're not going to fail this time. Never feel bad for yourself. Suck it up. That sounds so bad. That's advice from my daughter. My daughter is an amazing woman, an amazing young woman. She's 18. She said to me the other day, we were talking about victims of narcissistic abuse, and she said, sometimes you just got to suck it up. And I hear that. I agree. So many times we're so caught up in the horror of what happened. We never think, all right, you know what? I'm going to move out there. I'm going to start over and I'm going to do this. That type of determination will get you everywhere in life. So don't forget, be confident, be determined. You're beating something that isn't even of this world, and you're going to beat it, and you're going to do great, and you're going to have a wonderful existence going forward. For all of us, this can be real for every single one of us. Don't be afraid to put in the hard work. Don't be afraid of the fear. Fight your way through it, and you will have the life of your dreams. God bless all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you on Monday with Joe, and in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful weekend.